Stop chasing love like it's a script you need to follow. What if I told you that everything modern dating taught you is actually keeping you from real connection? The truth might surprise you. We've all been there, scrolling through dating apps, following relationship advice that sounds more like a job interview strategy than anything real. 3-day texting rules, playing hard to get, showing just enough interest but not too much. It's exhausting, and deep down, you know something feels off. Today, we're going to tear down these manufactured rules and discover what Alan Watts understood about love that most people miss entirely. This isn't another how-to guide. This is about unlearning everything that's been holding you back. Here's the thing. Modern relationships have become performances. We're all actors reading from the same tired script. You meet someone. You exchange the right messages at the right times. You present a carefully edited version of yourself. You follow the steps you've seen in movies, read in articles, heard from friends. And somehow, even when you do everything right, it still feels empty. Why? Because we've turned love into a checklist. Find someone with the right job. Check. Similar interests. Check. Good looking. Check. Emotionally available, but not needy. Check. We approach relationships like we're filling out a form. Like there's a perfect formula that leads to happiness if we just follow it correctly. But think about your past relationships. The ones that followed all the rules. The ones where you said the right things, acted the right way, hit all the expected milestones. How many of those felt truly alive? How many of those connections made you feel completely seen and understood? Most of us are so busy trying to fit into the relationship template that we forget to actually connect. We're more concerned with playing the role of the perfect partner than being ourselves. We hide our quirks because they don't fit the image. We suppress our real thoughts because they might seem too intense or too weird. We measure our worth by how well we perform in this romantic theater. And the result? Relationships that look good on paper but feel hollow in reality. Connections that check all the boxes but lack real depth. Love that follows the script but misses the heart. Alan Watts saw through this illusion decades ago. He understood something crucial that our modern dating culture has completely forgotten. Love isn't something you achieve by following steps. It's not a destination you reach after completing the right actions. Love is what happens when you stop performing and start being. What's talked about the game we play in relationships? We pretend to be more confident, more stable, more together than we actually feel. We create these personas that we think will be attractive, and then we wonder why intimacy feels impossible. How can someone truly know you when you're showing them a character instead of a person? Think about it. When you're constantly monitoring yourself, asking, am I saying the right thing? Am I coming across well? Am I being too much or not enough? You're not present. You're in your head, managing an image. And the person in front of you isn't connecting with you. They're connecting with your performance. What's believed that real love requires vulnerability, not the curated vulnerability we see on social media, where people share struggles that make them look brave and relatable. Real vulnerability, the kind where you show up as you actually are, with your confusion, your fears, your imperfections, your strange thoughts, and unexpected feelings. But here's what makes this terrifying. If you show up as yourself and someone rejects you, it feels like they rejected the real you. When you're playing a role and someone rejects you, you can tell yourself they just didn't understand you. They didn't see the real you. The role protects you. Being yourself leaves you exposed. So we build these walls. We follow the scripts because they feel safer. At least if we do what we're supposed to do, we can't be blamed for failing. At least if we follow the dating rules, we're not doing anything wrong. But safety and love rarely exist in the same space. What's understood that trying to control love is like trying to hold water in your fist. The tighter you grip, the more it slips away. The more you try to force connection to follow a certain path, the less genuine it becomes. Love flourishes in freedom, not in control. And this is where modern relationships get it backwards. We think commitment means security. We think love means knowing exactly what will happen next. We want guarantees. We want to eliminate uncertainty. But life doesn't work that way. People grow. Circumstances change. The person you love today will be different tomorrow. And so will you. So what's the alternative? How do you find real connection in a world obsessed with scripts? You start by recognizing that you're not broken and you don't need fixing. The dating advice industry wants you to believe you need their steps, their secrets, their methods to become worthy of love. But you're already worthy. You always have been. The work isn't about becoming someone else. It's about remembering who you are beneath all the performance. This means getting honest about what you actually want, not what you think you should want. Maybe you've been pursuing relationships that look impressive to others but don't actually fulfill you. Maybe you've been attracted to people who fit the image of what a partner should be instead of who genuinely excites and challenges you. Maybe you've been so focused on finding the right person that you forgot to be the real you. What would say stop searching and start being? When you live authentically, when you pursue what genuinely interests you, when you express yourself honestly, you naturally attract people who resonate with who you actually are. Not who you're pretending to be, not the role you're playing. You. This doesn't mean being selfish or careless. It means being present. It means showing up in conversations without a hidden agenda. It means sharing how you feel instead of calculating what response will create the desired effect. It means risking connection instead of managing it. And yes, this approach is riskier. You might meet fewer people who are interested because you're not performing the universally appealing character anymore. You're being specific. You're being you. But the people who are interested will be interested in something real. And one real connection is worth 1,000 shallow ones. Real love isn't about finding someone who completes you. That's another script we've been sold. You're not incomplete. You're not half a person waiting for someone else to make you whole. Real love is two complete people choosing to experience life together. Two people seeing each other clearly, accepting each other fully, and growing alongside each other without trying to force each other into predetermined shapes. This kind of love doesn't follow a timeline. It doesn't hit predictable milestones. It doesn't look the same for everyone. And that's what makes it real. It's not manufactured. It's not following someone else's blueprint. It's alive, unexpected, and entirely yours. Modern relationship culture has convinced us that love is complicated, that we need expert advice and careful strategies to navigate it successfully. But what reminds us that we're the ones making it complicated? We're the ones adding all the rules and expectations and should-bes that suffocate genuine connection. Love in its purest form is simple. Not easy, but simple. It's being yourself and allowing someone else to be themselves. It's dropping the mask and taking the risk. It's choosing honesty over impression. It's accepting that you can't control outcomes and that uncertainty is part of being alive. When you stop trying to make your love life look like what you see in movies or what you read about in advice columns, when you stop comparing your relationship timeline to your friends, when you stop measuring your worth by relationship status, something shifts. You become available for real connection. This doesn't mean you'll never feel hurt or disappointed. In fact, you probably will. Because real relationships involve real emotions, and real emotions include pain sometimes. But that pain is part of being alive. It's part of caring deeply, and it is vastly preferable to the numbness that comes from staying in the safe zone of scripted interactions. You don't need another dating strategy. You don't need to become a different person. You need to let go of the performance and trust yourself. Trust that who you are is enough. Trust that the right connection won't require you to shrink or expand into some predetermined mold. Trust that love, when it's real, doesn't need to be forced or managed or controlled. Your path won't look like anyone else's. And that's exactly how it should be. Stop waiting for someone to choose you and start choosing yourself. Stop looking for completion and start living completely. Stop following the script and start writing your own story. The love you're seeking isn't found by doing everything right. It's found by being real. And being real starts now, in this moment, with the decision to stop performing and start living. If this shifted something for you, Subscribe so you don't miss what's next.